somewhere beneath a merciless sun, where temperatures soar past 50 degrees Celsius and the ground itself seems to boil, a creature walks calmly across an ocean of sand. No water in sight, no shade, no mercy. And yet, this animal doesn't just survive here. It thrives. Today, we're diving into the secret world of the camel, an animal so strange, so shockingly adapted to hell on Earth, that scientists still find new surprises about it. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a camel the same way again. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we bring you the wildest stories from nature every single week. Let's start with a mythbuster. Everyone thinks a camel's hump is full of water. It's not. It's pure fat. Camels store energy in that hump, and when food is scarce, their bodies break that fat down for fuel. This is actually why, after weeks in the desert with little to eat, a camel's hump can shrink and flop over to one side, looking deflated like a punctured balloon. Feed the camel again, and within weeks, the hump plumps right back up. It's essentially a built-in survival battery sitting right on its back. So if the hump isn't for water, how does a camel go without drinking for up to 2 weeks? The answer lies in nearly every part of its body being engineered for water conservation. A camel's red blood cells are oval-shaped, not round like ours. This unusual shape lets blood keep flowing smoothly even when the animal is severely dehydrated and its blood becomes thick and sluggish. In fact, a camel can lose up to 25% of its body water, a loss that would kill most mammals, including humans, at just 12%, and simply keep walking as if nothing happened. Then there's the drinking itself, and this is where things get shocking. When a camel finally reaches water after a long, dry trek, it doesn't just take a polite sip. It can gulp down over 30 gallons, more than 100 liters, in about 10 minutes. Imagine draining a bathtub in the time it takes to watch a video. Any other mammal drinking that fast would suffer fatal swelling in its blood cells and could die on the spot. A camel's specially adapted cells simply absorb it, expanding without bursting, like nature's own shock absorbers. Camels have also mastered the art of not sweating unnecessarily. Their body temperature is allowed to fluctuate dramatically throughout the day, dropping to around 34 degrees Celsius at night and rising past 40 during the scorching afternoon. By letting their body heat up before triggering sweat, camels avoid wasting precious moisture just to stay at a fixed temperature the way humans do. It's a brilliant, almost eerie form of thermal patience. Now let's talk about that face, because a camel's head is basically a walking desert survival kit. Long, thick eyelashes, sometimes in a double row, sweep away sand like built-in windshield wipers. A third, transparent eyelid slides sideways across the eye during sandstorms, letting the camel see even while completely blinded to the naked eye. Its nostrils conceal almost completely shut, blocking flying sand while still allowing air in and out. And here's something most people never learn. The inside of a camel's nose is lined with special passages that cool and humidify air as it's inhaled, then recapture moisture from the air as it's exhaled. Essentially, camels recycle their own breath to save water. Even a camel's feet are designed like nothing else in the animal kingdom. Instead of hooves, they have broad, leathery pads that spread out when weight is applied, distributing the animal's mass so it doesn't sink into loose sand. Nature's own version of snowshoes, built for dunes instead of snow. Underneath, thick, tough skin protects them from surface sand that can reach temperatures hot enough to fry an egg. Here's a fact that shocks most people. Camels aren't naturally found wandering wild in the deserts most of us picture. Nearly all camels alive today, roughly 90% of the world's camel population, are domesticated dromedaries, the one-humped kind, used for transport, milk, and labor across North Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia. Truly wild camels do still exist, but they're the two-humped Bactrian camel, and they're critically endangered, with only a few hundred surviving in the remote Gobi Desert of Mongolia and China. These wild Bactrians are genetically distinct from their domesticated cousins and are considered one of the rarest large mammals on the planet. And in a strange twist of history, camels aren't even originally from the deserts of Arabia or Africa at all. Fossil evidence shows camels first evolved in North America nearly 45 million years ago. Ancient camel ancestors roamed prehistoric grasslands where Nebraska and Wyoming sit today, some no bigger than a rabbit. Millions of years later, some migrated across a land bridge into Asia and eventually into Africa and the Middle East, while others crossed into South America, giving rise to llamas and alpacas. Then, roughly 10,000 years ago, camels vanished completely from North America, their original homeland, for reasons scientists still debate today. Let's talk power and strength for a moment, because camels are far tougher than they look. A single dromedary camel can carry loads of up to 200 kilograms across brutal desert terrain, walking for days with barely a complaint. Caravans of camels once formed the backbone of trade routes stretching thousands of kilometers, carrying silk, spices, salt, and gold across some of the most hostile landscapes on Earth. Without the camel, entire trade civilizations connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe might never have flourished the way they did. Here's another surprising truth. Camel milk is being called a modern superfood. It contains 3 times more vitamin C than cow's milk and has a lower fat content, with unique antibacterial and immune-boosting proteins that some researchers are studying for potential medical benefits. In parts of the world, camel milk has been a staple survival food for centuries, long before science caught up to explain why it works so well for desert communities. And then there's the camel's temperament, often unfairly given a bad reputation. Yes, camels can spit, but here's the shocking part. It's rarely actual spit. What flies out is usually a mix of saliva and regurgitated stomach contents, deployed as a defensive weapon against threats or overly aggressive handling. It's essentially the camel's last resort warning system, and if you've made a camel angry enough to use it, you probably deserved it. Despite the tough exterior, camels are highly social, intelligent animals. They form close bonds within herds, communicate through body posture, low humming sounds, and even subtle facial expressions. Studies have shown camels can recognize human faces and remember individuals who have treated them kindly or harshly, holding what researchers describe as long memories for both trust and grudges. As we wrap up today's journey into the world of the camel, it's clear this isn't just an animal that survives the desert. It's an animal that was built by millions of years of evolution to conquer it. Every part of its body, from oval blood cells to ceiling nostrils to fat-storing humps, tells a story of extreme adaptation most of us never stop to appreciate. If you enjoyed exploring the incredible secrets of the camel, smash that like button, drop a comment telling us which fact shocked you the most, and subscribe so you never miss our next wild adventure into the animal kingdom. Thank you for watching.